but it's better than I remembered. And you know, the product placement with the balls it's kind of silly. I guess it was for the best that we postponed this stream, because while I was in Houston, I did manage to hit up a couple video game stores and get myself some balls. And it's, yep, I literally haven't drank one of these since I worked at, earlier in the stream I mentioned I worked at a hobby store and we sold these and people would just drink them, you know, by like the fucking 6-pack. I'm like, you probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't. But that reminds me of, I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but I'll tell you real quick and then we'll wind things down. That same hobby store I worked at, we sold like snacks and things like that, and chips and drinks and whatever, because it was also like a place where people came to play Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard and Pokemon and like tabletop games and things like that. So we had like, when you have a place like that, you can make a killing selling snacks and things like that. So we would have people who would like buy booster boxes of Magic the Gathering cards, go through and pull like the 7 cards they wanted from an entire booster box, dump all the rest back and get store credit for the other cards. And then we would have people that would have like hundreds of dollars in store credit that would basically just hang around and just eat for free. And we didn't serve food. We just served, you know, Cheetos and crap. But we also sold 5-Hour Energy, and you know those little shots, the little red and yellow bottles, 5-Hour Energy. They're not as popular today as they were a while back. And there was a mixed drink that was named after me at that hobby store. It was called Draco's, my real name, Draco's Time Traveler. And it was essentially 5-hour energies. Because I made a joke and said, if you drink 5 of them, that's 25 hours. And I said, you'll travel through time because you've disrupted the space-time continuum. And people just thought that was just the funniest thing. And I'm like, I'm not even trying on that joke. And you guys think that that's funny? So, on one of the days that I was off, I got word, later, that somebody actually tried the drink. Some dumb motherfucker bought 5-hour energy. Not only did some dumb motherfucker buy 5-hour energies, some dumb motherfucker on the register sold this person 5-hour energies. Under no circumstances should that transaction have happened. You should have been like, I'll sell you 2. That's 10 hours. That's more than enough time to fucking play some cards, asshole. That's half a day. He dumped all 5 into a solo cup and drank the whole thing in one shot. I am assuming the only reason he didn't die was because he was very obese and because he had so much body fat it just absorbed everything. Because I looked into that, and that is nearly 12 cups of coffee's worth of caffeine. 12. A dozen cups of fucking coffee. Like, his heart should have just blown up, like, immediately. That's stupid. And then after that, when I heard that story secondhand, I'm like, okay, we're not joking about the time traveler anymore. Anybody who does, we're gonna turn that down and put the kibosh on it, because I do not want this happening. Well, I don't want to deal with a fucking dead person or someone going into cardiac arrest and having to call the fucking paramedics. And it says, what happened? It says, yeah, he drank 5-hour energies all at once. That's the problem. Send somebody out here with some epinephrine or something and get his heart going. That's stupid. So, but thinking about, we sold balls at the same store, so I just thought about that. I mean, I just remember there was a guy who would hang out all the time, and he was one of the type of guys that would buy like a Magic the Gathering booster box and then keep like 10 or 11 cards and then dump all the rest back in store credit. And he, like I said, he would basically just eat on our dime, and all the cards that he had, we would just sell and make our money back anyways. And he would come up, like, he would spend all day. I don't know what he did for a job, if anything, but on most of the days that I was working, he was also working. And throughout the day, he would always come up and he would buy one of those, like Arizona tea, the big cans, and he would buy 2 Snickers bars multiple times throughout the day. And I'm thinking, like, you gotta, at some point, you need to leave and eat food. You need to eat vegetables. Like, should we start stocking the cooler with fucking celery sticks and peanut butter? Like, should we do that? Should we start selling Sun Chips or something, like, remotely healthy? I don't fucking know. There were a lot of people who were clearly abusing the Social Security system that were disabled, and they would cash their checks, and I knew that that's what they were doing because on their debit cards, they would talk about how much money they had on their debit cards, and I'm like, that's how much Social Security gives out. And I'm thinking, like, you motherfuckers are gaming the system, and you're coming in here buying like $500 worth of Magic the Gathering. Fuck you! There's people that need that money. You dumb son of a bitch, you're in here buying Magic the Gathering cards and 5-hour energies. Maybe you are disabled. You're terminally stupid. I got real mad about that. But I could not call any of the shittier customers out on it either. So that was yeah. 10 ounces of 5-hour energy is just under the lethal dose of caffeine. Is that how much is 5-hour energies? Is that 10 ounces worth of 5-hour energy? Is it 2? Did anybody ever shower there? No, we had customers that smelled like ass. It was pretty obvious. I mean, who did and who didn't. You know, we had people that came in with anime shirts that they bought in the fucking 90s, clearly, and they've worn them since then. Oh yeah, 5 2-ounce bottle. Okay, 5 2-ounce bottles, so that's 10 ounces of 5-hour energy, is just under the lethal dose of caffeine. Yeah, it's 1,000 milligrams. Yeah, it's a good thing the time traveler wasn't 6 5-hour energies, because that definitely would have killed that guy. So, anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of casually venting about hobby stores now.